Ha ha ha! Bang bang!
If you don't like it, leave.
From getting physical on set and changing scripts, here's our list of actors who got fired after having a meltdown on set. Starting off, we have Thomas Gibson. In 2016, Thomas Gibson was fired from his longtime role on Criminal Minds because he got into a physical altercation with writer-producer Virgil Williams on set. Now, Thomas was reportedly known to be hostile on set and got into an altercation with an assistant director 6 years earlier. He allegedly shoved an assistant director and got into a verbal altercation, and after that he went to mandatory anger management counseling. Now, he told People, "We were shooting a scene late one night when I went to Virgil and told him that there was a line that I thought contradicted an earlier line. He said, 'Sorry, it's necessary, and I absolutely have to have it.' He came into that room where I was telling my co-stars about it and started coming towards me. As he brushed past me, my foot came up and tapped him on the leg. If I hadn't moved, he would have run into me. We had some choice words, for which I apologized the next day, and that was it. It was over, we shot the scene, I went home, and I never got to go back." But rumor has it that he actually kicked the writer, and that's why he was fired. Yikes. Then there's Isaiah Washington. Isaiah Washington rose to prominence for portraying Dr. Preston Burke in the series Grey's Anatomy. Now, his role on Grey's would have left him with a 2-decade-long role, but he was fired from the show after season 3. Isaiah used a homophobic slur while referring to his cast member T.R. Knight, and as a result, he was written off the show. Now, the incident happened in 2007 on set, and it also came up again at the Golden Globes press room that same year. When Isaiah was asked about it, he said, "No, I didn't call TR, insert slur here. Never happened, never happened." Now, he later apologized for using the slur at the awards show press room, and he has had some roles since then, but in his own words, "They killed the actor in me on June 7th, 2007. But hey, maybe if you weren't throwing around slurs, you'd still have a job. Moving on to Roseanne Barr. Roseanne Barr began her career in stand-up comedy before gaining acclaim in the television sitcom Roseanne. Now, she had been active and outspoken on political issues, supporting Republicans, and has been criticized for making personal attacks and promoting conspiracy theories and fake news. Now, in 2018, her show Roseanne was revived. Now, the revived sitcom did great, and the series was renewed for another season just 3 days after the season premiere. Now, unfortunately, the series was cancelled months later, following Roseanne's comments on Twitter. She sent tweets attacking then US President Barack Obama's senior advisor Valerie Jarrett, calling her some very racist things. Now, due to this, Roseanne was fired, and ABC created the show The Connors, which follows the family of Roseanne after the character Roseanne passes away. So yeah, they made a new show and just killed her off, and it seemed like no one really had a problem with it at all. Now we have Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen is best known for his role on 2.5 Men, and in 2010 he was the highest paid actor on television, earning $1.8 million per episode of 2.5 Men. Now, in 2011, he was checked into rehab for substance abuse, and the last nail in the coffin to his career was when he did a radio interview where he called co-creator Chuck Lorre a turd, a clown, and used an anti-Semitic term while referring to his name. Now, after this, production of 2.5 Men shut down, and he was fired from the show. Since then, he was in a couple of shows, but he hasn't really been in anything since 2019. On to Ryan Gosling. Believe it or not, Hollywood heartthrob Ryan Gosling was once fired from a movie set. According to the actor, it all happened after he was cast as Jack Salmon in the 2009's The Lovely Bones. Now, throughout pre-production, Ryan, who was adamant that his character should be 210 pounds, gained weight, including him drinking melted Haagen-Dazs ice cream when he was thirsty. Yeah. Now, days before they started filming, however, the movie's director, Peter Jackson, met with Ryan and realized he was not aligned with his vision. "We had a very different idea of how the character should look," Ryan told The Hollywood Reporter. "We didn't talk very much during the pre-production process, which was the problem," he explained. "It was a huge movie and there were so many things to deal with, and he couldn't deal with the actors individually. I just showed up on set and I had gotten it wrong. Then I was fat and unemployed," Ryan said. And finally, we have Sylvester Sylvester Stallone. The role of Axel Foley, played by Eddie Murphy in the Beverly Hills Cop films, was originally offered to Sylvester Stallone, but he sabotaged his own chances of playing the character. Now, after getting the script, he attempted to rewrite his role, and the studio didn't like that. Ron told me, "Don't change it," but I took the script and rewrote it as kind of a compromise where the guy was action-oriented, but he also had a wry sense of humor, Stallone remembered. Now, soon after, Stallone was fired from the project and missed out on a lot of money. Now, this movie was one of Eddie's biggest, bringing home $234 million at the box office. Now, it seems like Sylvester missed out on a lot by losing this gig. Well, that's all for our list of the actors who got fired after having a meltdown on set. Now, I wonder what these projects would have looked like if they were never fired, but I guess we'll never know.